First time meeting each member besides JJ.
Okay, well, JJ was school.
Yeah.
Toby, Ethan, and Josh was all online.
Yeah.
Playing games with them. But the first time I met
when
them,
did you actually? Yeah, when did you physically like, lock eyes?
The first time, lock eyes. When did you know they were the one? So I think I'm trying to remember if me and Toby was either when he came over to my parents' house.
Ooh.
We filmed like a bunch of videos at my parents' house where it was like me and him playing online, but then we also played like me v him for his channel or something like that.
Got you.
And I can't remember which one was first.
Yeah.
This is really annoying me. I just need to find one of these videos. That one? No, it wasn't Rosie and Bro. Why can't I find one video? You carry on talking. Let me find this.
Okay, so I want to say, I find it so incredibly weird how so obviously I've known you guys for a long time, been very close to a lot of you for a long time, but I was never like with you personally because I was obviously I lived away, right? So most of you like lived down south, and then like say when like Cal moved there, Cal Freeze I'm talking about, he moved there as well to live with Lux and that. That's right. So I always used to like be close to you guys, but not be as close to you guys. So I always used to think that I don't put this. I always used to be very nervous about meeting you all. So when I first met JJ, I've got so many funny memories of like meeting him because obviously we all met online, right? But like apart from you and JJ and here and then, but it's just I remember being so nervous like to meet him. But like I've spoken to him like every night, play Call with him, always chatting, making songs. But then when I meet him, it's really, really nervous. And it's the same thing in Insomnia as well. I think Insomnia was the first time I actually met a lot of the rest of the guys. So obviously still known them, still speak to them as well. But like Insomnia was the first time. I remember turning up. And I was just there, like with my bag, like saying to Shifty, like, "Oh hi, I'm like friends with the SIDEMEN. Can I hang out for a bit?" It's just so weird, like seeing where I was just looking back. It's weird.
So I actually realized. So it was at my parents' house was the first one, but I actually met Toby before that. I tell a lie. The first time I met Toby was when Calux and JJ filmed the Teletubby video.
Oh yeah, big video in the history of.
Because right? JJ brought me along as his cameraman. Calux brought Tobias as his cameraman. Okay. And then when we were like hour and a half in, I think we were at like Canary Wharf or something like that, one of those stations around that area. And Toby had messaged Lux to meet up. And that's where I met Toby.
Jeez, that's sick.
Josh, I think I went and got Nando's either with later that day or for like my 21st may have been the first time.
Mm-hmm.
We organised to go on like a night out to celebrate both our birthdays or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember if that was the first time I met him or not. I actually can't remember the first time I met him. Vic was at an event. I know that.
Like,
I want to say it was Eurogamer.
Right, yeah. Oh, I met a lot. Did you go? You weren't at the first Eurogamer I went to. That's when I first met JJ. Like literally, like face to face. It was at the Eurogamer where him and Syndicate were there doing a dance off. Remember the video?
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I have no idea when I first met Harry.
When Simon met Harry, who knows?
I actually don't know. I think it might have been no, it wasn't a Gamescom. I don't know. I actually have no idea.
Well.
Because we had spoken to him a few times because Josh met him in New York. At that FIFA tournament. And then I don't know when I actually met Harry. I'll have to ask him. Ethan. Sorry, I forgot Ethan. Yeah. Ethan, me, JJ. I think me, JJ, Josh, and Toby all met him together at the same time. We met him in Nando's in Westfield. And it was so awkward. Not because of him or us.
Yeah.
Because we've played with this guy for like...
Yeah.
At this point, we played with him for like 4 or 5 months. And we're playing GTA. We were playing every day, probably like 6 hours a day.
Yeah, and you stay on a call.
Recording.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
And we'd just stay in the call the whole time. We'd edit our videos while in a call, stuff like that. Yeah. And we just then one day were like, yo, you want to go Nando's? Like, you want to go chill with Nando's or something?
Yeah.
So, we walk into Nando's and we have to just like find this guy that meeting someone online and meeting them in person is so different.
Did you know what he looked like? Did he actually post with face cam?
I'm trying to remember. I feel like I didn't know what he looked.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was going to say, I thought you said you didn't post face cam. I was like, you did.
No, I feel like I didn't know what he looked.
That's jokes. Hi, sorry.
I don't know, but it was so weird, but
you both stand up, embrace. Oh, bro, you were sick in that race, man. You came third, I came second, little man. Since that day, I don't know what to meet you.
It was actually very calm once, we met. It was, completely
That's calm. What I'm saying. It's so weird, isn't it? Because you're like, you've got a connection with these people that you spend like 6 months, a year of speaking to, like on Skype, Discord calls for so long, and then you meet them and you're like, it's just a different dynamic,
Yeah.
Well, usually in life, you meet someone,
I was going to say, like, I spend loads of time in Manny's Discord and I've met loads of people in there.
Yeah.
Like, you meet them and you can't have the same dynamic you have online. Like, you just hold back a bit. Obviously, after, an hour or whatever, you start being normal again.
Yeah.
But it's just so weird.
Well, one thing I was going to say as well is like, I've met a few people during like COVID where like, obviously, you meet someone new, you like go to shake their hand. And obviously now you don't do that anymore in COVID. But it's a weird, not doing it is so weird, man. Like,
well, not shaking a hand?
Yeah. Like, it's going to sound very hippie like here. But like, I feel like when you shake someone's hand, it's like you actually are like creating a connection between you and that person. Like, it breaks the ice.
Oh, bro, that's deep.
Yeah, you're just not awkward anymore. Whereas like when you don't do that, you haven't actually met each other yet. You haven't like initiated like the conversation or like the meeting. It's just kind of like we're just two strangers sat next to each other saying stuff. It's really weird, but I feel like
I do get what you mean.
It's like when someone says, I was talking to JJ's manager, and he says when you get what's the jet lagged. When you get jet lagged, what you need to do is take your shoes off and socks off and go stand on the ground and like earth yourself. You know what I mean? Like put yourself in the earth to try and like, I don't know, it's some sort of weird thing, and it works apparently. I think like handshake is the same thing. It's kind of like grounding each other. But it's weird. I don't know. Move on.
I don't know how I feel about that.